Right, this is Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. Who are you?
I'm Johnny with Nothing More.
How's it going, man?
It's going great, man. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Bit of a rush this afternoon to get here to see you, but we're all chilled on the bus now. It's nice. In the middle of quite an extensive tour at the moment. How's the UK treated you so far?
So far, had a very, very warm welcome.
Cool, man.
Everybody's been really nice. Had a good audience reaction. This is probably my favorite city so far as just walking around. There's like street art everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
This is where Banksy's from. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
Yeah, I just posted about him this morning actually, because he's one of my favorite artists, and I just realized that he's from here, and so...
Have you spotted any of his artwork around?
Yeah, a few things. A few really big pieces, actually.
That's cool, man. Like I said, you're here on quite an intense tour of the UK. Are you doing Europe as well?
Not right now, no.
Because at the moment you seem to be really pushing the UK quite hard. Is it important for you to break territories like the UK down?
Totally. At least what I've been told from people who know a lot more than I do about the business and the PR side of the music industry, they say that the UK is really important for the rest of Europe, mainly because if you do well here, a lot of the publications and everything are in English, and so it ends up trickling to a lot of other places. It's kind of I've been told it's kind of the tastemaker for the rest of Europe, so it's important for us to do well here.
Native tongue as well. So
yeah, it's a little bit easier for us to... everything's just different, but it's not, it's all in English, so it's cool.
You've been around for quite some time now. Is it like 10 years almost you've been around? You've got a new album out as well you're pushing. So how are things going just generally? Did you ever expect you'd be like coming over here and touring the UK? And...
Well, we always had it in our sights and our dreams and hopes, but it is pretty surreal to actually be doing it now. We've been together for a very long time, mainly because we've known each other since we were young, so we kind of grew up playing together. But the actual... Even though we've had the name Nothing More for a long time, what you actually see and hear as Nothing More this year and last year has only really been around for about 4 to 5 years, something like that.
Okay.
Because that's when I started singing. I was the drummer for years before that. We had different singers, and we had an additional guitar player, and it was just very... It was just very different.
You just seem to find a line-up and a format that works at the moment.
Yeah. So we finally found our winning combination, and have been doing that. And that's really the unit that's been touring the world and everything last year.
How was it making that step up then, from behind the drums to on the mic?
It was an anxiety attack every day for about 2 years. To be honest, like I used to have the biggest fear of public speaking.
Yeah.
Whether it was talking in front of people, even more so singing in front of people was the worst thing I could imagine. And
especially hid behind a drum kit as well. Like you could still be on stage with thousands of people, but you still got that protection.
Exactly,
of
it's my comfort blanket. So I always loved singing in the shower, and when we were writing our songs, I was always humming a melody or writing lyrics along with the rest of the guys, so I always felt comfortable doing everything else but performing. So to make that transition was very weird. It's playing any instrument, your mind has to just kind of work a certain way, and I've noticed it, especially being on the road with a bunch of different drummers and guitarists and bass players and singers. They each kind of, you can just be like, oh yeah, that's a bass player, or oh yeah, that's a drummer, or that's a singer, because their mind has to work in a certain way to be able to do their craft and their skill every day well. And so the way that you have to think to be a singer is so almost polar opposite to me than being a drummer. So it was a weird transition to get my brain to think in that way, and to engage people and look them in the eyes and connect with them, because to me it was... Again, it was hiding behind the drums and all that. So, but I love it now.
Are you more of a lyricist as well? Then, you sort of like now you're the singer. Do you find you have to pay more attention onto lyrics, or did you have a bit part in lyrics beforehand?
Yeah, beforehand as well. The Mark and Dan and myself, we've always written the music together. So we've all written the lyrics and the melodies. So if you pick apart any of our songs, if you go, oh, I like this part, it's like, oh, Daniel wrote that. Oh, I like this part. Oh, I wrote that.
Okay.
I like this. It's Mark, or whatever. So we've all done all things at all times.
No, it's good. There's full collaborative effort. You don't have one songwriter and one person doing the guitar and that. It's all intermingled with each other.
Totally. And I find that there's a lot of bands that have the typical lead singer that kind of runs the ship, and they write the songs and all the music, and then the rest of the band kind of supports it.
Yeah.
And that works for a lot of bands, and I'm not saying anything against it, but we've found that you get a much fuller picture that can relate to different types of people when you get all of our minds together on it. Because if I were just to write the lyrics or the music, it would meet these kind of people. But Mark's, our guitar player, is a very different person than I am. And there's people like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And same thing with Daniel. He's very different than Mark and myself. And so we each reach a different kind of person, I think, and bring them all together under one.
You've got a whole pool of different influences as well, then. What kind of stuff influences you to be in the band?
Oh, me as an individual?
Yeah.
God, so many things, man. All the way from on one side of the spectrum, like Tool and the Deftones.
Oh, quite
and
deep and sludgy type stuff.
A little more cerebral, layered. All the way to I would throw Dredge in there, and Radiohead on a softer side, Muse, bands like that. All the way to the other side to like hip hop artists like Outkast.
Yes.
I really like Eminem, to be honest, quite a bit. Lyrically, especially, he's really clever.
Yeah.
Really, he's real. I feel like as an artist. Even all the way to like Imogen Heap, which is a British artist.
Yeah.
And I just like her electronic side of things. I do a lot of the electronics in the band. It's more subtle in our music, and it's more like the sprinkles on top and like certain.
That's the sound of full of bunches.
Yeah. And so I'm on my computer a lot, creating a lot of things with synths and weird effects, and so her music's just to be someone like me, it's just like overwhelming. She does so many layers of deep electronic work that's just pretty incredible.
That's cool when you break it down like that.
Yeah, I don't know. There are tons of other people. I have to look at my iPod. It's just so varied, man. It's all over the place.
It's good though, isn't it? If you're too stuck in your way of listening to a certain sound, that it just ends up becoming you.
Yeah.
You're listening to all sorts of different influences, including like hip hop, like you were saying. It's just
totally
opens your mind up completely.
Yeah, totally, man.
What's next for you guys after you finish this UK leg of the tour?
We're gonna be going home on Thanksgiving, which is y'all don't celebrate that here. That's
not really.
That's an American holiday.
We've started to do the Black Friday thing though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, we got that one.
Yeah, we got that bit right.
So you're capitalists too, at some level. We are going to be back real late Thanksgiving, so we're going to kind of miss the meal with our family, which kind of sucks. But we'll at least get home and be there for a week, and we're going to do some rehearsals and work on some new live show ideas, and then we go from there just throughout the U.S. for a few weeks in December.
Okay.
And then we're home for the holidays. Then we're back out. Doing a tour with a band called Periphery.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and
look, they've got new stuff out as well. So
and they're going to have a new record then as well.
Oh.
And then Woven War, which is As I Lay Dying's new band.
Yeah.
So we're going to be touring with them and then for about a month and a half or so. And then we go from there to Australia and to do Soundwave. Yeah, that's going to be insane. It's Soundgarden's playing, Faith No More.
Sick lineup.
Slipknot, So we're gonna do that, and then we might be doing a date in Japan. Not sure yet. Then we're flying to Europe and doing a full European tour.
Okay.
In countries we haven't been in yet, like Italy, and I think maybe we're playing Norway.
Oh, cool.
Spain.
Is that a headline run, or are you supporting it again?
We're gonna be with a band called Hailstorm.
Oh, awesome.
So we'll be coming to the UK.
And they've got new stuff out as well soon.
I believe so.
Yeah. Awesome, man. And you said coming back to the UK for that then?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I think we have 2 dates in the UK.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Well, hopefully we'll get to catch up with you then as well, man.
Yeah, we should have the dates out. I don't know when this is airing, but it'll be out in a few weeks.
That's cool, man.
So,
Happy days. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, man. Looking forward to the show later on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can't wait for you to see it, man.
Thanks very much. Cheers, man.